Welcome, reindeer, carolers, and elves, to the Hidden Creek Manor. Now, as you can see, it's snowing. But the thing is, we live in a part of the world that it doesn't ever snow before Christmas, unfortunately. I mean, when we do get snow, it's usually later in the winter. But I like the whole Christmas vibe, the winter wonderland, that just good feels that you get with the falling snow. So, what we do here at the Hidden Creek Manor is we use a combination of lights and a projector to give our yard the effect of snowfall. So in this video, we're going to go over how we do that. We're going to break it up into 3 parts. We're going to show you guys how we use certain lights in the foreground, or the area that's closest to the viewer, to create a snowing effect. We're going to show you guys how we use lights kind of in the background against some of our trees to also create that snowing effect. And we're going to show you guys how we use our projector to just give it that chef's kiss. So let's get straight to it and get to creating some fake snow using nothing but lights and a projector. All right, so we're going to start with the foreground lights. So the foreground lights actually have like snowflakes that we project onto the trees that are, like I said before, closest to the viewer. So that way they know it's snow. So I got one of my foreground lights from the display that I just pulled up out of the ground, and we'll shine it right here so you guys can see. But like I said, it's snowflakes, and it's not super bright. It doesn't project very wide. Like if I hold it up on the trees, I don't know if you guys can see that, but it barely see it. But so this, like I said, we use on the trees that are closest to the viewer. And then we have another type of light that we use in distance. Let's plug this one in. This is much brighter, and you can see there's a whole lot going on here. But when I shine it, say, up to the trees above, it creates that snowing effect. So, tell you what, I'm going to grab the camera and see if I can show you guys a little better. So you can see in the trees just how it provides that snowing effect, those lights just going across the limbs, just like you would see snow falling. So then when we combine the two, we have the up-close snowflakes and then the snow in the distance on the branches of the trees, and it just gives it that nice snowing look. But we can only go so far with lights. So it's really cold out here. So let's go inside and we'll get on the computer and I'll show you guys how we use the projector to create a snowing effect as well. All right, so now that we're back inside where it's nice and warm, let's go over how we use the projector to create a snowing effect. So I use the Adobe product suite for all of my projection shows. We're in Premiere Pro right now, and I'll show you guys how we do our show and how we do our snow, and then I'll show you guys a much cheaper and actually easier way if all you're wanting to do is create that snow effect. So like I said, I'm here in Premiere Pro right now, and this is the projection that is on our house during the Christmas season. And if I click play, as you can see, there is snow falling, and then of course we have our house projection. So if you haven't watched our projection mapping video, if you're interested in how we set up the house, you can go back and watch that video. I'm not going to explain it in this video, but instead of using the projection mapping for the snow, I just use the whole thing. That way it still projects on all the trees that are behind the house. And what's cool too with this effect is that the snowflakes are all different sizes. So instead of using those lights that use the same size little white dots, I guess you could say, with the snow effects, it's all, like I said, different sizes. So it gives it more of a 3D effect in the yard, and it's really cool. So like I said, you don't have to go this route. There's a much easier way, much cheaper way if you don't want to pay for the Adobe product suite. Now, there's a lot of different websites online that you can get assets. You can probably record stuff off YouTube, so I'm sure you could find it for free if you really wanted to find some free snow footage. But I use Production Crate They're not a sponsor, it's just a service that I use. And they have all different types of assets for all different types of things. But specifically for snow, we have all kinds of items to choose from. So I did a mixture of kind of, I think, some light snowfall, or actually I think the falling snow and maybe the windy falling snow in my projection. But really all you have to do is grab an asset like this one and just play this on your projector. So if you were to download this, or if you grabbed it from another site, that's it. And you're done with the projection side of your snow effect. So now that we've gone over the different lights that we use and the projection, let's take a look at our yard so you guys can see what it looks like when we actually have everything set up. All right, so let's start off with the lights. So the trees that are, like I said earlier, closest to the viewer have those snowflake lights being projected on them, so you can clearly tell that it's snow. But as we pan back to the trees that are further away, that's where we rely on those lights that have just those moving spots to make it look like there's snow all over the yard. So now let's take a look at how we utilize the projector to give us that snowing effect. So apologies on the blown out shot here. I had to really brighten up the exposure so you guys could see those tree limbs that are kind of above and behind the house. But by using the projector, not only does it give that snow effect all over, but also you'll see those kind of larger snowflakes that gives it more of a 3D effect, almost as if there's snow falling right in front of the viewer. Oh, one more thing, guys. I almost forgot to add this to this video. So I'm actually recording this after I finished everything else, and I'll just add it in the edit. But if you guys watched our previous video where I built that foam snowman for my mom, then you know that we weren't able to deliver it whenever we tried because she wasn't home. So since then, I have had a chance to deliver it to her. I created a short, so maybe you guys have already seen that short. But for those of you that did not watch the short and watch the previous video and want to watch me deliver the snowman to my mom, here you go.
What's my snowman? Oh, look at it. It's different. It's got a different nose.
Yeah, the nose, actually, when I was setting it up earlier, the nose broke. I have to fix it.
And look at its arms. Oh my gosh, Michael, that is so great.
And now you don't have to worry about, well, the arms come off. It's for storage, but you don't have to worry about trying to attach everything with it being big and heavy like the old one.
Oh my gosh, this is so great. Dylan, does that decide where I want to put them so everybody can see them?
All right, guys, that's going to do it for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed it. As always, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons if you want to stay up to date and notified with everything that we're doing here at the Hidden Creek Manor. But for now, happy haunting, and we'll see you in the next one.